It's this wonderful, hyper-romantic love story mixed in with this great mythology and a little horror film mixed in.
This show does a lot of mixing in reality and dream world romanticizing.
This set was designed in a very, very bold way with very distinctive colors, and what the LEDs allowed us to do will really highlight all of those colors.
And having the ability to get to those colors really seamlessly.
And actually get into very specific areas of the stage and do things that I don't think we would have been able to do without them.
If we put up some cues there and something doesn't work, and the director and I have this new idea of, oh, let's take it this completely different direction. We don't have to go in and hang a whole new system of lights or change gels. We have it there. And we can really get a lot of ideas expressed quickly. When we first talked about using the ice and the fires last year, I thought, well, I'm really going to need to look at this and see, because I'm used to having 575s or 1K par cans and 2K Fresnels as backlight. I don't want to come here, put them on my plot, and then be, stranded. A friend of mine always said it takes a lot of light to make it dark on stage. And as you know, you look at Congo Blues and you've got 2% transmission outer gel. You really need to blast stuff, and you can never get enough. Having worked on many operas over the last 10 years, I know that pretty much every line designer that works on any opera has blue in there, from a very pale white pasty blue to deep saturate blues. So we have 16 21-inch Selador ices, and they're replacing basically 2 systems of conventional pars. I would at least have a light blue and a dark blue. And then in addition, I have fires on booms, acting as an extra side light. And then I also have 4 ices in the pit, footlights. So I'm covering a lot of different types of lighting that one uses in a production. I've gotten a great range, everything from just a really cool crisp ice to kind of go with a skyline of icy fjords in the back, to deep stormy night, with deep blue-green hues. You can get it all, which is great. And if you have a little more time, you can get it even more finesse to exactly what you want. When I'm given opportunities with fluid fixtures, I like to just go out and create the colors and then name them. This is Stormy Sea Blue, and the ion has made it really fast and easy. Yesterday in rehearsal, we had a segment of the show that we had to run, but we didn't have any cues for, so we just brought up some lights. Had a really nice blue crisp wash on stage. Then I decided to look at the levels and found that they were at 25%, 30%. Amazing that something that's so green and so low power and also so low heat produces so much of what I want on stage. You're just getting so much crispness and so much punch from an LED. And as a former lighting director of a theater, I find that this is also a great tool for many other applications. You have a lot of places where they've maxed out their dimming. They're bringing in big Broadway shows, tryouts, things like that. And you're always bringing in extra rolling racks. And if you're taking some of, some Seladors and putting it in for some of those systems, suddenly you're plugging in 1, 2 dimmers and you're getting a whole backlight system on one pipe, which is amazing. There's at least a need in a show like this for a cool blue and a dark blue backlight. Here I was given the opportunity to replace both those systems. I could have a whole system of scrollers. I'd probably even need more pars than I do Selador units to cover that amount of stage. But with a scroller, I would have to jump from color to color. With this, I get a great continuous fade. And as I found out in this production particularly, my ice footlights, I needed red footlight at one point. And I was able to, even with the punch on those units, take it down just to the red LED. And I had the benefit of red LED. It was almost like having a mini fire unit out in the pit.
It's actually the very first time I'm using it, and I'm getting completely spoiled, and I have a feeling I'll never want not to work with it after this. I'm finding all the amazing things that we can do, and it's just so appropriate that the first time is in a show like Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, definitely I would use them again in a heartbeat for any show.